let's begin our coverage this morning of the market with the story that remains the story. See it there. Love that animation. Meme madness in the market here. AMC, GameStop, of course, really the two leading, we'll call them the leading members of this act, this play, leading cast members of this performance we see happening in the market. But this morning, really the chaos continues to spread. Wendy's, the latest name to get involved. There's now a fast food angle to the stay-at-home trade. If we go all the way back in time to February of 2020, when Wall Street Bets first really became a driving force of conversation around the stock market. So this was just on the eve of when the market's concern turned to full COVID all the time. We had a big Bloomberg Business Week story about getting tendies and about buying call options. YOLO call options really were birthed with that story. Luke Cowa over at Bloomberg writing that. Luke, unfortunately, has since moved on to the dark side, asset management. But we have seen, with Wendy's this morning, guys, literal tendies. Their nuggets are excellent. The spicy nuggets, of course, don't get the regular ones. That's all in the market. And at this point, I mean, where do we begin? Sozzi, let's start with you because you actually cover Wendy's as a fundamental story. Do you have any updates for us there? Anything that we can point to on this, or is it just the latest ticker to get Redditized here in this market?
Well, first up, yes, that is in fact correct. Wendy's was got what they say touted on the Reddit stream earlier this morning. Also had my former boss Jim Cramer out there doing his thing, touting Wendy's as well. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but to the meme traders, there's actually a fundamental story to Wendy's, and they're coming off a pretty good first quarter a couple of weeks ago. I talked to CEO Todd Penegor. He tells me they're looking to go from 8,000 restaurants by 2025, from about 7,000 now, $1 billion plus breakfast business probably over the next year. So there's a lot of things to chew on here fundamentally with Wendy's, and it's not just it's a complete opposite story than what we're seeing at an AMC and a BlackBerry, which in many respects are two dying companies.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about Wendy's. I mean, it's the same story as it is with all these other stories, right? Somebody's found something in there of value, I guess, and they've decided to buy it. I mean, the thing that caught my eye this morning is that AMC insiders have been selling their shares, not Adam Aarons, but some of the other executive insiders. 7 of them, cited in some data this morning, have sold parts of their stakes since May 28th. So it looks like some people are selling their shares. I just keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, and maybe it won't happen, but I think the next phase of this story will be if and when the shares start to go down.
Guys, real quick, I'm surprised that a lot of these fast food plays haven't got swept up into the meme trade. I mean, their tickers are absolutely hilarious. You look at Brinker International, its ticker symbol is EAT. It's very catchy. It's very meme friendly. You have Dine Equity. They're the owners of IHOP and Applebee's. Their ticker symbol is DIN. I mean, it's catchy. You would think they would have been swept up. Nonetheless, it's Wendy's today.
Yeah, and here, I mean, I think this board shows the scale of the meme market, and maybe it's time for some spring cleaning. We see Discovery on there, obviously part of an acquisition now. That's not really going to be in the meme play quite as much, and some other names that we can just kind of eyeball here. Maybe the airlines, American, down on the bottom left, aren't as key a part of the current meme rally, but the names continue to cycle through, and we continue to see more and more stocks swept up in this. I mean, if we go down the list, and again, we back out some of the biotech plays that maybe are rallying, on that Alzheimer's news that we'll discuss in just a bit. CLNE, Clean Energy Tech, discussed that yesterday. It was up 11% during yesterday's session, now up about 2% this morning. Obviously, GameStop to the left of that. We're going on the top line here for those of you following along at home. It's like an eye exam of sorts. Then you've got BlackBerry up 13% yesterday, up 5% this morning. Naked Brands, another name. Sozzi, speaking of hilarious tickers and maybe some jokes for the fans out there on the internet. That's been a big part of this rally, up 5% this morning. AMC. Express, up 15% yesterday. Express actually did the thing that we want all these names to do. They came to market and issued a bunch of stock. I believe it was last Thursday. Stock got hammered on the news, but Express still involved in the meme rally. FUV, Fun Utility Vehicle. Sozzi, what is the name of this company? Because it is not anything that is FUV, but they are an electric kind of car maker of sorts.
It's the public radio station.
It's better than another abbreviation I can think of. I do want to add, though, guys here, the folks at Hype Equity.
Archimoto is the name.
Yeah, they continue to send me some good notes. And it's amazing to me how, they track a lot of the social media action. And it's amazing to me how this data has tracked a lot of the stock prices. In their note they just sent me this morning, tell me AMC has lost all of most of its steam on Reddit in terms of mentions. Momentum is down across the board. Monday was the lowest interest in the stock on social media over the past 7 days. BlackBerry also seeing declining interest. What is interesting at GameStop's earnings on Wednesday, the main quote that they're picking up on the Reddit stream for GameStop is breaking through $300 today. It's on the cusp of doing so today, so definitely one to watch.
Speaking of AMC, or speaking of GameStop, I was writing about it a little bit yesterday for the morning brief this morning. And when that testimony, where Keith Gill, also known as Roaring Kitty and Deep Effing Value, testified before Congress with Ken Griffin and some others, the story, it seemed that the other shoe had dropped. GameStop shares at that point were trading at around $40. And now they're $280 once again. And at that time, Gil was like, I like the stock. I like the story. Remember GameStop, this all started when GameStop was trading at about $4 a share. So 4 to 40 is a nice run. 40 to 300, also a nice run. Amazingly, it's actually not as big a run as the initial. But again, I think the story to me is just that this won't end. That we just can't, every morning we can sit here and go through another set of names, random tickers, seemingly random tickers that are again getting huge bids in the market on no news, and it is being driven by what is happening on Reddit and where folks are kind of using their excess energy, as it were, to push around some names in the market. And we'll see how long it lasts, how long it doesn't, but there is certainly no denying that this is the most interesting part of the market on a single name basis, because this dynamic is something that certainly hasn't been seen since the tech bubble. A lot of things are different with how the big caps are trading, so on and so forth. The first time we've seen this kind of enthusiasm in the modern market, where you've got free brokerage accounts and such ready access to information. I mean, Yahoo message boards were kind of the only game 20 years ago. Now you've got many forums to discuss all these stocks. So again, just a fascinating time to follow capital markets.